Well, hello, hello, hello. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. I'm in the process of making some beautiful snowflakes to decorate my art room. I have so many different designs here. I try to make them each unique because snowflakes really are. I have a pile of scraps and trash that will go in the recycle bin, but what I wanted to do was show you how I did this. I am using just regular copy paper, just a plain old sheet of copy paper. I'm going to start by folding it in half. Now my snowflakes are six-sided because snowflakes really are. Let me show you real quick. There. Can you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Six-sided. So I'm going to show you how I achieved that fold. So I'm going to fold in half first, and then I'm going to find where the center of this paper is by just folding and putting a small crease right there where the middle is. You should be able to see that, where that is. Okay. Now I need to fold this half of the paper into thirds. That will give me sixths. So I hold here where this middle part is, and I lean my paper in so that I get something that looks like thirds. Well, first of all, let's see. If I put my fold right about here, and you can see where the shadow is, you can see about 1/3 of the paper is here and about 1/3 of the paper is there. And I'm going to hold it and fold it. And then I'm going to flip it. So right now it's close. I think I almost have it. I've been working on this for some time now. So I'm going to flip this over. Now I'm going to take this edge and match it with this edge. So I'm going to take it over and match it over here to this edge. And fold it. Well, that's really close. That's really close. It's a little bit longer here, but hey, I am pretty satisfied with that. That was tricky. I need to show you that again. So watch. Piece of paper in half. I like to make sure the corners touch. Okay, next you need to find the center of the paper, and in order to do that, I'm going to fold over this way and just press down right here where the center is. I'm not going to fold all the way across. Just make a little crease right there. Right there. Okay, so now that I can see where that is, that's where I'm going to hold this and bring this bottom edge up and make that angle so it looks like 1/3 of the paper. So about right there. I'm going to hold this and fold it. Take your finger and rub it up and down to make the fold. And then I'm going to come and bring this bottom edge over to this slanted side and give it a fold. Now that's a little off. It's a little bit more, but that's okay. You can adjust it. I can come back over this way and push it back some and readjust the fold and readjust the fold. So there is a way to do this by measuring, but I just measure by eyeballing it. I just measure by eyeballing it. All right, so what I'll do now is I'm going to cut off the extra pieces. So there's an extra piece here. I'm going to cut along there to cut that off. And these extra pieces here, I'm going to cut along there to cut that off. That leaves me with this shape that looks like a kite or a diamond shape. Let me show you how I did that again. Right along there, I'm going to cut there for the extra pieces on top, because I want my snowflake to be even as best I can. And so right about here on the edge of this paper, I'm going to cut. All right, so these are the shapes for this six-sided snowflake. And as you can see, there are 3 parts there. And if I open it, now there are 6. Okay, let's fold it back up and think about your design. Now, there are many ways to do it. I tend to do this without drawing because I can just release the snowflake from the paper. But if that's not your strong suit, I suggest you take a pencil. I'm going to use a marker so that you can see on camera better. I am going to draw something along this folded edge and something along this folded edge, because when I cut and open it up, I'm hoping to get a snowflake that looks sort of something like this one. So I'm going to do a line that goes like this. And I'll do the same thing on the other side, exactly like this. Now that looks like some leaning parts right here, and these lean right there. Okay. Once I've done that, I might want to make a hole in the center of my snowflake, so I'm just going to put a little curve right here because I'm going to cut that. Now, typically, I don't use a marker because I don't want to see any of the marks on my beautiful white snowflake. But for demonstration purposes only, I'm doing it to show you how to make your snowflake look delicate and not chunky. You want to cut away the bulk of it away from the middle and leave some on each of the 6 sides for a beautiful, delicate snowflake. So I'm just going to cut along on these pink lines that I've drawn. And then when I unfold this, you'll see how snowflakey it looks. Yes. After lots of practice, cutting out a snowflake is something I can do without drawing it first. But when I started out making snowflakes, I drew my designs every time. Okay. This is the last part. Now, moving these things to the side and opening, unfolding the snowflake. You'll see that it has 6 sides. Much like the one I was showing you earlier, you need to flatten it because it was folded. See that? There's a cute little snowflake. This one, the next one I do is going to be a little bit different. I want this snowflake to be more like a lacy doily. So I'm going to cut some curves here on this outer edge. And then I'm going to cut and make a diamond shape there at the bottom. So the center of my snowflake is going to look like a star. And then I'm going to cut in from the sides towards the middle, but I'm not going to let any of the parts that I cut touch any of the other parts. So here I go. And if you notice, this is just like, these are just some triangle shapes, but I'm going to switch it up now. I'm going to do half of a heart. So I'm going to do a heart shape, and it fits right inside this curve, and it comes around, and I can't let it touch that triangle shape up there. And so there. Ding, just like that. Let's see. I'm going to cut straight in this way, and I'm going to curve and come up under this one. And keep going and curve up and under this one and to the end. Right there on the side. Now I didn't cut right here because I don't want my snowflake to fall apart. I want all the sides to still be connected. So this is what we have here. Next, let's see. Oh, do you see the heart? There it is. When I open it, I'm going to have a heart a few times on this snowflake. and it is round and fluffy around the outside. Do you see the star in the middle? Let me move this junk out of the way so you can see this beautiful snowflake. Cool, right? I think so too. Snowflakes are so much fun. Before I go, I'm going to show you that folding technique one more time. So you'll fold your paper in half, touch the corners, and then I'll fold in half just a little bit so I can mark where the center of the paper is. And then I'll take this edge and I'll fold it up and try to make these look like thirds. This is the imaginary empty third over here. So that'll be a third. That's just about right. Fold it, because these parts look about even. And then flip it. And then take this edge and fold it up to that first edge you folded over. And it's a little off, but that's okay. It's close. It doesn't have to be an exact science. And there you have the beginning of a paper snowflake. So I cut off these extra parts, and there is my kite diamond shape that's ready for these 6 sides to be the beautiful parts of a paper snowflake. Well, happy snowflake wishes to you. I'm going to keep cutting snowflakes. I'm probably going to throw this one away because I really don't like that pink on there. But you'll get a chance to make so many snowflakes once you learn that cool fold. It is so easy once you do it and practice it. Anything worth learning how to do is worth doing. Just practicing. I mean, you want to learn how to do something? Just practice. Snowflake Central over here. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And it's snowing all over my desk. Have fun, and I'll see you again soon.